hate puppies.
Good podcast. Let's start it.
I'm trying.
I feel threatened.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Pallet House, the only podcast dedicated to solving first world problems and hopefully teaching you to abstain from Malort.
Except for tonight.
I don't know.
This one time.
I don't know. Tonight we've got a very special episode for you.
A lot of special guests.
Dude, there's a lot of guests in the house. I don't even know how to get through it all. We'll start with the Squeezing Lemons crew. We actually have the entire Squeezing Lemons crew here. We got Ray and Taylor in the house.
The producer in here. I don't know where she is.
Yeah, she's at home.
Okay.
It happens. And then tonight, though, we had to bring in a very special guest.
Yes.
And we'll tell you what we're doing, and then you'll understand why he's here. But we've got Jay here tonight, famous for his food blog, but now also food. What's the official title?
Food critic.
Food critic for Style Weekly.
Yes. That is huge.
Wow. Yo.
You like hearing that, don't you? That sounds good.
I love it.
You gotta. Your smile just went ear to ear when you heard that.
And I remember we were hanging with Jay when he just ate shit for free.
Yeah.
No, I was paying for that shit. I was eating.
And now he's big time, but he still has time for us, which
Yes.
I certainly appreciate. And
For now,
I couldn't.
he will drop us soon as he gets to the next step. He'll be like,
Not a thing.
"I'm gone."
No.
I
No,
was-
always love.
I was shocked he accepted the invite tonight.
He heard Malort was on the menu.
I did. Honestly, I did. Like, I fuck with Malort.
Okay.
I really do.
I hope you aren't planning on anything after this with good taste, because your palate will be ruined.
Hell no.
Yeah, I would stick to like Indian food, Cajun food, shit that has a lot of flavor.
I think the question might be is, what did you eat before?
Yeah.
Today I had Roosevelt. Roosevelt's got a new chef, Leah, doing some really awesome shit. I went to go see her on Tuesday, which is Fried Chicken Tuesdays. If nobody knows, it's a thing that they do kind of in a secret.
But that's the only day they do fried chicken.
It's the only
right?
day they do
Yeah.
fried chicken. They've been doing it for a really long time. It's not on any menu. You just got to know about it.
Oh, wow.
And ask, can I get the fried chicken? And somebody goes, I think we're doing it tonight.
Where do they follow your blog and your Insta and all that stuff?
Yep, just something I ate. Just something I ate. Still going. I try to post on it at least once or twice a week.
And of course, Style Weekly now.
Yeah,
Big
and
time.
style now. Style's been fun. Style's been interesting. I have to write what I really feel about restaurants now, and it makes me sweat.
Yeah, because you're a nice guy. You don't want to be. You don't want to rain on someone's parade.
Dog, my whole I started my podcast and I started Just Something I Ate in COVID when we were all just trying to cook from home, and I was like, "Hey guys, look what I'm cooking! You should cook something too cool." And
Kind of like squeezing lemons.
That's
in
exactly
your,
what we did.
drink.
Yeah.
exactly. And it kind of developed, and I just wanted to be like basically a cheerleader for a lot of restaurants. And I'm like, focus on the positive. Like, go try it. Let's check it out. Go out and support. Look what somebody else is doing.
Yeah, you always found a positive everywhere you went.
Yeah.
And Style doesn't want you to do that, right?
Styles like, find the positive, but
And-
tell me what you really feel.
That was always Jay's shtick. Is he would, if he started talking about the atmosphere of the place, that's how you knew. Like, if he didn't lead with food,
yeah.
and he led with the chandeliers, that's a bad sign.
If ambiance gets used multiple times early and often,
Yeah.
you might.
That was always the tell. But now you don't get to lean on that. You have to be like, nah, that's salty.
Nah, yeah.
Are you
Speaking
just
of salty?
Are you just afraid to like tell it like it is? I mean, or is it? Do you think that somebody will look down on your podcast, blog, whatever?
So
you know?
it's not that I'm afraid. When I was cooking in restaurants and my family we had a catering business and a cafe out in Smithfield. I was super close to all the things that you do. And when you're that close to anything, you take any
It is hard.
It's hard to take. Some people just cannot take criticism.
Yeah, you know, because you've been on the other side, you know how much heart and soul goes into it. So, like, when someone pours their heart and soul out and puts it on a plate, you taste it and vomit in your mouth, like, you know that's awful.
Yeah.
Like, that's just...
Yeah.
When they tell me, like, oh, it's my grandmother's recipes, and I'm like, well...
That's probably what killed her.
And this is why your grandma didn't have a restaurant.
Yeah.
You know what? Mine did.
Yeah.
She wrote it last week? No, she died 4 years ago.
Exactly.
Yeah, answer my question.
Taylor and I have done, you know, we're 9 episodes in, but we've you know, released
recorded a few.
We've recorded a few. We got 14 or 15 in now. And we're getting more comfortable when we taste a bourbon or we taste something. We go, man, this is terrible, right? Like, you know, you can try it,
right?
But this sucks, right? Like, you should. I mean, we always tell the guest or tell our listeners. We say, you know, it is our taste. It's how we feel. It's whatever.
Yeah.
But you could be different. It could be totally
Exactly.
different.
Yeah, you could be
You know?
wrong.
You could be. We could be wrong, but generally we're not.
No, you got the right attitude.
I love that.
The reality is the person with the mic is the expert.
That's right.
That's just how it works.
Yeah. You know, even when we were doing somewhat the small cocktail parties during COVID, COVID's still a thing? I don't think it is anymore. But the thing is we had friends that come over, and I was trying to perfect like a certain coffee, kind of espresso martini like drink. And I remember this one friend that I had, every single time I give it to them, they'd just be like, it's not right. And I was like, well, damn it. Like, you know, what do you want?
What do you want?
That's when you go, you're a bitch.
I just was like, well, I mean, what do you want? More coffee? Do you want it to be a Brazilian nut? I don't know. What the fuck do you want me to put in this
But you
glass?
appreciate that, right? Like, at least they're
But when they don't
you
give you
up.
any feedback and just say it's not right, it's like, well, I can't really build off that. I know us, you know, we do the beer and whatever tasting, mostly beer. And like, we have people bring us stuff that they say they love, and it's hard to say we don't like what you love. And we've also had friends and family that own breweries that are like, this is our signature. And it's like, I mean, you know, we had a listener bring in 4 and we liked one of them, you know, like I don't like having to say no that I don't like that, but
I found something out about that brewery, and this was heartbreaking. That's a friend of mine from high school's brewery.
ooh,
And I did not know that, but then the episode came out.
oh no.
Did they call you?
The feedback started coming in.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, well, and the listener gave it to us. I think she went to college with maybe your friends. Is it a girl or a guy?
I know the girl.
So did she go to JMU?
Yeah.
Yeah. So my neighbor that brought it in, Becca, was roommates with the girl on.
And I'm a huge fan of hers.
Yeah,
like,
and
was always a huge fan. Like, I love that girl. Like, I only want the best for her. And like, she's one of those people that I've followed from afar. Where I'm like, you're doing so great. I'm so happy, and I'm glad she's happy. And like, what I didn't know was that she created the fucking worst brewery. And I had no idea. But I mean, we tried 4 of them.
Tried
like,
4.
We really gave it our
tough.
all.
Yeah.
And I won't bring up the brewery, and I won't say her name out of respect.
Damn,
now that
I was just
know.
about to ask, what was it again?
But they're popular, so maybe we're wrong. I mean,
but we're not.
No, we're not.
Wasn't there one beer from that podcast, though, that you didn't?
We liked one. We liked
one.
Yeah.
It was only one, and
But it was liked.
Yeah.
It wasn't loved.
I remember listening to that and you guys just being like, well, maybe the next one's good.
Yeah.
No. Turds. Across the board, turds.
So I can only imagine like being James and going to a restaurant. They know who he is. The chefs are in the back, probably sweating themselves, knowing we got this critic out here. And then, you know, they're probably checking on him. Is everything all right? You know, blah, blah, blah. And then he's got to sit there and stomach some garbage food he doesn't want to eat, or, you know, sit down and write a truthful review that, you know.
Well, now that he's got this newfound hate and he's on the dark side, I brought him here tonight.
Dog, I have definitely switched to the dark side. My the first one that I put out was not a lovely article. I left some space for
interpretation.
No, I left some space to say still go try it. Like, it has a great possibility. Like it's got potential. Like it will be great one day. It is not right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. The owner, she wrote my editor and reamed me. My editor said, "This was so nasty. I'm not even gonna let you read this." And I was like, "Okay."
Did they publish the article?
Yep.
Damn right.
And guess who got paid?
That's right.
And paid to eat it.
But you know what? Every time I see that you have a negative review, it lends more credence to the positive reviews, and that is what it's all about. You know, like if I see somebody like absolutely just destroying a place on Yelp, like I'll be like, I should see what this person. And if that person's just full of hate, okay, that's a hater.
Yeah.
But if that person likes most things, then it's like, okay, like that's a legit review where it's not great. It's the same concept behind like you go on Amazon and like just go, let me see the 4-star reviews. Let me see the 2-star reviews. Like I don't want the 1 who's full of crap and I don't want the 5 that's full of shit. Give me the 4s and the 2s. And let me kind of formulate my own opinion.
Exactly. I want everybody to formulate their own opinion because like you just said, it's my opinion. I just happen to get paid for my opinion.
Well, I mean, it's like art, right? It's subjective. It is subjective. So you might not like a place, and might be 10 other people's favorite joint in town. You know,
it might be how your grandma makes lasagna, and I just don't love how your grandma makes lasagna.
Maybe you grew up on trash
I would get
food.
in trouble for that.
Was that a direct?
A little bit. I'm sorry.
It's an inside joke for him.
Yeah.
No.
You know?
We talked about it earlier. We talked about it.
But the people out there don't know. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I've
just go read Style Magazine. Style Weekly.
Yeah, it's right there.
I've definitely been to places that like get rave reviews, and I'm just and I'm no foodie, so I'm not really the target audience. But I've been to some local restaurants that get these insane reviews, and I'm just like, I don't see it. Like,
I'm writing another one right now for an Indian restaurant that I will not name. And
is it on the south side? Is it over here?
It's in the city.
Okay,
it's fairly new.
We got a good one over here.
Who?
Saba something.
What's the one right here at
it's the old Pescados.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. No, it's not them. I have heard they are awesome and want to come back and try them, but
ludicrously like awkward service though. Like I had this guy, and he was like, it was sweet as can be, but like he didn't know anything. Like, I'd be like, hey, is this beer good or this beer good? Well, I do not drink alcohol. Never will. Exactly. And I'd be like, okay, that's you can say that, but follow it up with this is the most popular or this.
Right.
And I'd be like, do you have a preference between this and that? I mean, they're both good, but very different. And I'm like, you're not helping.
You're not helping.
That's
like,
simple food service.
Me,
you have to be able to rattle those.
Speaking
things
of food,
off.
just basics. Just give me some basics.
I got a question for the group, and more specifically, James. I've had two of the worst dining experiences, wait staff related, that I've ever had in my entire life. Is this is it getting worse out there? Like just hiring good staff,
it's a thing, definitely. To the staff, to have a staff, I mean, your staff is the first person you see when you walk in the door, is the last person that you see walking. Like that will end an experience from the beginning. Yeah. Like staffing is so hard. It's still really tough in the restaurant industry right now. And
seems
the
like
good restaurants are sweeping up every person with an experience. Like I walked into Odyssey on its 11th day of being open, and I hate going to restaurants in there in like the first week or first month being open, and
because it's still beta testing.
Yeah, they're figuring it all out.
You're trying to even figure out if you like the person that
that you're working
or
with,
even like the food that you're serving.
Right.
Like I don't know what that is. Like and their crew right now is stellar. Like you would think they've been open for 3 years because the staff that they hired is just top notch and running the show already.
I could tell two long-winded stories, but I'll just tell you the one piece of one of them. I had a lunch with a coworker at a, let's say, Shenanigans style chain restaurant by our office.
Lots of flair.
Yeah.
Woo.
And we both got the same thing, except he got a an iced tea and I got a water, and she brought her bill, so we gave her our credit cards. After 10 minutes, she came back and was like, before I run these, I want to make sure I have each one, right. And I'm thinking, one's different by $2. It really doesn't matter, lady.
Yeah, it's all good.
So she holds up our debit cards. His picture has his face on it. His entire family photos on it. He has a debit card with his entire... I'm like, you couldn't see that and look up and go, well, this one must be this guy's. And I was like, yeah, the one with his picture on it's his. Like, I don't even
clear it up for him.
Yeah. It's
Bad.
tough.
What if
Just
she has
bad.
facial blindness? You see that, man? You were just... Some people just don't see faces.
Maybe she had astigmatism.
That
You
was
were
just
so bright of a light.
There was a lot. There was a lot of other things went south in that dining experience, but
Well,
yeah.
I do know that food service and retail are hit the worst when it comes to the staffing currently, and nurses. Taylor can attest to nursing issues, but I would say food service and retail, you just can't keep.
well, I
great
always
people.
wonder how you guys, your business model even has any success when it's seasonal. Like, because you're like, hey, I need you to come in, bust your ass for a couple months, and then hey, there's a door.
Yeah,
GT
peace
style.
out. Yeah.
How do you get-
Spirit Halloween?
Oh, that's right. I knew that. I knew that.
How do you get quality staff when you know
we have to pay them, and also a lot of our staff are fans of Spirit Halloween, or they love Halloween, so they bring them in.
nice?
So,
Man, Taylor is just mixing drinks over there.
I have no idea.
Like,
I'm in like the right place, dog. I am so happy right now.
Taylor would much rather not be on the mic because he's like, he wants to be stirring cocktails.
I watched him.
making drinks.
I think there's 2 or 3 different types of bitters. You used a cherry bitters too, right?
Yeah, there's 2. I didn't have my spice cherry bitters from last time.
What I love about so they have this podcast, and the whole premise, is these are like simple drinks, simple guys. Like we're making this stuff easy.
Nothing simple about this. It's awesome.
No, and the thing is, like, the more they get into it, like these things are starting to get complicated. Like I have heard some drinks where I'm like, nope, bridge too far.
Yeah.
Because I'm like a 3 ingredient guy. That's kind of like where my head is.
The problem is once you get to
I can
3,
do
it's
4.
like
I can do 4.
once you get to 3, you're like, well, we could just add a dash of this, and
Well, I
Troy,
can
how
tell
do
you
you-
that one of the Malort drinks.
How do you feel about 9?
yeah, exactly.
I have 9 ingredients in my
Well, I
Malort
understand.
drink.
All right, so
I can tell you
guess
that's not going to work for them.
You're like, sound
From
like a
past experiences of trying to make a holiday cocktail,
you're like, I need
too many
I have
ingredients.
a flux capacitor. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. Yes. Yeah, Jay, have you ever won a holiday drink?
No,
challenge? All right,
and
so
I didn't get to do it this year.
You and I are in the same boat. Then you and I are both. We're 0
for 0.
Yeah.
0 for how many have we did?
Jay, and so last year I actually came up with a holiday drink, and I'm like, I have got it. And I came up with it, unfortunately, after the holiday drink episode. But I was like, I have perfected the perfect holiday drink. And I never wrote it down because it was one of those for like a week. I just kept repeating the recipe in my head, and I kept making them. And I was like, I will never forget the perfect drink. And now I literally,
gone.
I know it has Screwball peanut butter whiskey in it, and that is it. I have nailed it all. So
That's a
I'm
hell
gonna
of a
have
start.
to. I'm gonna have to go back.
maybe
I'm gonna
once
figure
you
it out.
start your peptide treatment,
Your brain will start
your brain will
working.
start
Oh, the
firing
peptides
again.
got here today.
Oh, did they?
Oh, man.
I have refused to take them.
Cha-ching.
What?
I got my big anniversary weekend this weekend. I'm going I don't want to have an adverse reaction or something.
Like your dick could fall off.
Yes.
Who knows?
It fell off.
You can make a coin purse.
Yeah.
But I figure, I'll start
So
on
Monday morning is the
Monday morning, it's official. Like I'm gonna be on these peptides, and I'm hoping I can raise my arm and straighten it and do all those things. Did your wife ever have any feedback?
yeah. She immediately was like, "What about all the alcohol he drinks? Does he think that has anything to do with it?"
Okay, you find me one study that shows any correlation between alcohol
Yeah,
intake
that would be
and
hard.
inflammation.
That would be hard.
Now, I want you to nix all the ones that were backed by science.
Keep your facts out of this argument, please, sir.
No, 100%. Like I have noticed that the inflammation gets worse like while I'm drinking. But and the really fucked up thing is once you stop the drinking, the inflammation still actually stays really bad for days. But I do find
till your liver processes it all.
But even after like 4 days clean, it's still bad, but it is lessened.
Yeah.
Your wife's not wrong. But did she say anything about me like growing a tail or anything if I go down this road?
She didn't get into it really.
All right, good. So she just said he's a moron. If he quit drinking, it would go
pretty
away.
much.
Yeah,
pretty
that's
much.
fair. No, I get that because if I stopped trying to lift weights that are way too heavy for my frail old body, and didn't drink all the time,
poison yourself,
then clearly a lot of this would go
be
away.
Okay, right?
What I was thinking, what about just taking a bunch of peptides?
We'll mask it with other drugs.
Yes, and so I got to speak to the doc. I went through all the stuff, and we have narrowed my peptide choices of the myriad of peptides that are out there. So I've got mine.
Yeah, so Brendan and I are tight, obviously, but the past few months we've both been extremely busy, as Ray's been privy to, in trying to set this podcast up every week. So we really don't talk a lot. We'll Marco Polo and or text once or twice a week, but usually we walk out of here Thursday and we're both so busy on the weekends we don't see each other much anymore, and we don't talk. And I got a random phone call from him on a Tuesday afternoon at like 5 o'clock, which is like really, really out of the ordinary. So I was like, like something's going on here. So I'm like, hey, what's up, man? This dude sounds like a kid on Christmas morning. He has just gotten the best news he's ever heard, and I could just hear it in his voice before we even get to it. And I'm like, yeah, what's up, man?
At least it's good news, right?
Yeah,
Troy, I'm in a ditch.
Well, and honestly, I was thinking like something's up. Like, normally it would be something bad, unfortunately, because we're busy. So I was like, oh man, is everything all right? And he's just giddy as a schoolgirl. And then he starts, I got my blood work back. I'm like, and my testosterone. It's super high. It's super high. It's so much higher than it should be. He's like, I'm so virile. And he's like, I'm ready to go to the gym. I'm ready to lift a lot of weights right now. Like, he was just...
I was side-eyeing every motherfucker that was trying to put up weight. I was like, what are you going to do, dude? I got the testosterone with 25-year-old. I'll fucking kill you. Back up.
He literally was like, I'm going to the gym right now and put up so much weight. I was like, yeah, but it's cool to know your T levels are good and you don't have to like, no, I'm getting swole. And if somebody looks at me, I swear to God, I'm going right after them.
What's up?
It was amazing. Like my buddy calls me up and he's like, yo, man, I'm looking at these results. He's like, what's that supplement you were taking? I was like, oh, Testo Prime. And it was like, and it's all this bullshit. It's like fungreek and like ginseng and like vitamin D. And like the whole point of it is that it's supposed to give your body all the shit that it needs so that your body's like, well, I guess we have time. Let's make testosterone. Like that's kind of the logic behind it.
Sounds like good science.
It's not. But I'm also like, I see all these low T commercials. Like, if I have to watch another Hims commercial,
jeez,
I'm gonna go limp, lose my hair, and fucking have low T. Like, it's just gonna. I'm under the belief that like everybody's busted.
Everybody's.
Yeah,
it's hilarious. I giggle every time I see one because the hers ones are like, do you want to kill yourself? Here, take these medications. The for Hims is like, is your dick limp and your hair falling out? We got you fixed. Like, those are our problems, and these poor women over here like ready to hang themselves, and we're like, my wiener doesn't work 100% of the time anymore.
It's precisely, that like the vast majority of scientists back in the day were men.
Yeah,
because all the things that we have like this foundational knowledge of is like dude problems. Women get menopause and we're like, poof, oh fuck, you're
good
like,
luck with that.
You're screwed. They've had hormone replacement come in and out of fashion 4 different times over the last like 60 some years, because every time it comes up, then someone goes, yeah, you could get cancer, and they go, and everyone like panics and they stop.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know shit about menopause. We don't know anything about women's problems. Guys, we're like, oh, you need a boner? Yeah, no problem. Here's the boner. Oh, your hair's falling? No, we got that, because we had such a lead on the science. It's ludicrous, and now the women are playing catch up.
The hair thing is so weird to me because like I would love to have beautiful head of hair, but
for Hims right there on the fucking screen, you can't get away from this shit.
But on the other side, like it's not. I don't think it's the end all be all. Like and so many guys do. It's like so important to so many people. Like people travel to Thailand to like get their freaking plugs put in. Like,
we got 4 dope heads of hair.
3.
We got who's 3? We got I say there's 4 dope heads of hair right here.
3.
Who's missing?
You and I don't have.
I got dope hair, dude.
All right,
You fooling, dude.
Yeah,
it's a widow's peak. That's always been there. That's always been there. And it's all about where you place the part.
That's right.
The placement.
That's right.
That's what it's about.
No, but so yeah, I got those blood results back, and like he was like, "What's that thing you're taking?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I take Testo Prime," and I was like, "Here it is. I'm about to be told, stop wasting your fucking money, or I'm about to be told it's working." He was like, "Yeah, you've got like perfectly normal testosterone for like someone in their 20s."
I just keep taking it.
Like hell yeah, but now I don't know because I never got it tested before. Like now I don't know.
Could have been perfectly fine in the beginning.
Yeah,
You don't have
But so
that
now
baseline.
That's exactly what I said. I was like, too bad you don't know whatever.
yeah. So now I'm still taking ashwagandha and fungreek and ginseng and all these Eastern herbs and like vitamin D.
We can make a cocktail with that.
We probably could.
Yeah. Just
Taylor and I, for the Malort cocktails, we this is the first time that we made.
Yeah, so I don't think we've even really officially. We never even got to that point. Tonight is the night we're trying Malort cocktails. The Squeezing Lemons people are here to make 3 Malort cocktails.
3 Malort cocktails
on the air to see if they can. They've accepted the challenge that we put out there months ago. It has taken them this long. I'm shocked it didn't take 20 years. But
they are OG. These are not something that we saw. Generally, on our podcast, we replicate cocktails from all around the world, or
from different bartenders, guides.
We've never.
Yeah. Why reinvent the wheel, right?
Well,
Correct.
What's the difference guys say about Malort? I'm sure they have a cocktail in there. Do
They
they have
did.
any?
I should. Have I not read you their description of Malort?
Oh, you have, but I'm.
Oh,
this is how you play the game.
They say that people should not drink it.
I believe. I believe the word.
It's like if
the
you,
word they
if
used
you
was you're a masochist.
Yes, that is correct. If you go to
against medical advice.
if you go to the bar and you order a Malort by yourself, you're a masochist.
Yep.
You hate yourself.
Respect.
It is it's very interesting.
Which is why I wanted to bring Jay in, though, because the most discerning palate of anybody I know is this man's. Also, he kind of likes Malort.
Yeah.
And he likes to drink. So I thought, I think I have found my ace in the hole because I don't believe that
And
I
we
will.
want honest feedback.
Yeah, we do.
We do. And
That's what I've been all about lately.
There's like I said, one of these is undrinkable.
Jay's ready to drink your tears.
And then the other one is 50-50. And then the other one, everybody here will like.
These are your opinion.
High expectations.
Don't you think everybody's... I mean...
No, I believe that
we
Malort
have a
drinks
debate.
suck.
We have debate.
Yeah.
I want to know what's in this one that's undrinkable.
Malort.
So I
Ruin
think
the surprise.
I think the one that's undrinkable is it showcases the Malort, whereas the other 2 cocktails kind of hide the Malort. I don't know. If you're a fan of Malort, you might like it.
Right. So I think that
No
the
one
other
is.
2 cocktail, it doesn't like hide the Malort. I think it enhances the good parts of Malort.
There we go.
There are some good flavors to it. However, it's the aftertaste that still is a little interesting.
The corpse toe aftertaste.
Yeah, unemployment.
Just straight up depression.
Yeah.
Yep.
Basically,
I haven't seen my father in 10 years.
yeah.
That's what it's
the cause of all my inflammation.
Yeah.
Malort. Yeah, I can barely raise my arm ever since I started drinking Malort. I need some more peptides.
All right. So we need like 7 minutes to make these 3 cocktails.
Okay, so you're gonna get in there and make some cocktails.
So you
It's
good?
going to get loud.
7
yeah.
minutes, 3 cocktails. That's pretty quick.
Yeah.
They're
yeah.
professionals.
I believe they can make a mean drink.
For sure.
But I also believe that Malort will win.
Malort
it'll
will
be bad.
always win.
Malort is undefeated.
Always.
Look at them. They're all serious now.
Yeah.
Like, they went
Oh,
over
yeah.
there. They got fucking iPads out and stuff. They're like, technology can't save
You really think your head of hair is as good as those guys?
No, they're
Okay.
But I think I have a good head of hair for somebody my age.
I mean, I could say that.
Jay, you're the one who's being honest these days. I got a good head of hair.
Yeah.
Don't even bring me into this.
He won't even look me in the fucking
I
eyes.
will not.
You hear this? Look at
Your
this.
silence is extremely loud.
Is this not a good head of hair?
It's a great head of hair.
See, he's being honest.
He's not looking at you.
He's not. Like that is messing me up that he won't look at me. I think it's a fantastic head of hair.
I think so too. As long as you do. You like it, I love it.
Well, that's caveat. Yeah. Oh, that's your grandmama's recipe.
Yeah.
Oh.
This food's delicious. If you don't have taste
speaking,
buds.
you twat, this is my grandfather's recipe for hair.
From your mother's side.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Oh, you should have seen on my dad's side. That dude had the thickest hair. Really? And I was like, man, this is going to be great. And then I found out later, is the mother's side. I started going back through photos. Like, all right, that does thin out.
Is that proven that it is from the mother's side?
That's what they say.
That's what they say.
I know that's like the old wives' tale. I didn't know if that was like, because my dad has great hair, and his dad, I mean, he had a military buzz cut, but he had a full head of hair until he died at like 98. So, but like my mom's dad was, bald and had the horseshoe head.
Yeah, so I've got the high frontal peaks.
Yeah,
but I remember like I've looked at pictures from like back in the day, and like I've always had that.
Yeah.
So like I'm predisposed to that.
Yeah.
And I can't tell if it's going back or not.
Yeah.
I really don't know. I have no idea. I always had it.
I'm getting the bald spot on the top.
Which is great
But
because you don't have to see it.
I don't see it.
Yeah.
I never see it. Every time I get my hair cut, I'm shocked. I'm like, oh, what? Who's that?
I was looking at a caricature that was made of me at my prom in high school, and even that had the peaks. So I'm like, come on, that dude was 18 years old. Like I've always had the peaks. So I'm under the impression, and nothing you can say can change my mind.
No,
that I
great.
got dope ass hair.
You do. You
And
got
if
dope
he
ass
will not
hair.
look at me when he fucking says it. It is heartbreaking. If he was looking at me, I'd believe him. But he's
This
literally
is exactly why I can't play poker.
Yeah.
I think he just said that I don't have a good head of hair. That's fucked up.
No, it's great, Brendan. I love your hair. You're known for your hair.
But see, you know what? It's actually proving a point, right? Like, you think and feel that your hair's great. So that confidence exudes out. And,
Exactly.
And no
Here's
one
what
else
I can
cares.
tell
It doesn't fucking matter what anybody else thinks.
Women who are married to bald guys always comment on how good my head of hair is.
Yeah.
Now, granted, the bar is super low in their homes, but at least I get to hear it. Now, this is why I don't go in their homes.
Yes.
These two guys, the Squeezing Lemons guys, they should also have a
Mad
podcast
Flow.
called, fucking great hair.
Mad flow.
Yeah.
Hair. Here for it.
It's ridiculous, all the
it's-
hair over there.
It's ridiculous. It is. It is.
Screw those guys. Look at them just making jokes.
Like the idea of like going through a hair transplant just sounds like as foreign to me as like getting breast implants. Like I would never do. Like it just seems so vain and silly. Like what's the point?
Oh, I'm two more Jay not looking me in the eyes away from getting plugs everywhere. Everywhere. 'Cause Lord knows you could take out every other plug on my ass. I'd still have a hairy ass and a full head of hair. Like, it wouldn't matter. You can barely get through that forest just chewing up blades back there.
Well, me being, a couple inches taller than average height kind of gets me a little bit through it. Because I think if I was, a little bit shorter, more people would look down on the back of my head, and I'd be a
That's
little more.
very true.
I'd be a little more, self-conscious about it.
Yeah, I guess since you are a little bit taller than me, I don't have to see it that much. So congratulations.
Thanks.
Look at that.
Yeah.
You're just all balled up there, but
That's
no one knows.
And I love baseball hats.
Yeah.
The fix-all.
Yep,
Which is just
fix-all.
cooking the follicles you have left.
Yeah.
Bake them out. It doesn't help them rise. That's
I'm
bread.
old. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What is the age like?
Where you stop worrying about your
Where
hair?
it's acceptable to just not give a fuck.
Like,
I
I
think-
understand if you're 28 and you're balding, you're like, this sucks, man. Like, if
Honestly-
you're 48, do you really need to worry about it? I mean, obviously it's individualized, like certain people do.
I think 60.
60. Like, if
think-
you make it to 60 and then your hair starts falling out, it's like, we had a good run. Like,
Yeah.
my hair owes me nothing at 60.
That's kind of what I think.
Yeah,
Like, I think if you're even considering if I should claim Social Security or not, once you're considering it, then yeah.
If you're on,
Hair be
if
damned.
you're Medicare and Medicaid, like you're good to go.
Yeah, the first time something shows up from the AARP,
Yeah.
and it's to you, and they got your birthday right, You're like, yep. Which I got my first AARP like a decade ago, and I was like, "You sons of bitches!" Like I'm not even. Like, what are you doing?
You know
that's
what
why I
does-
put that caveat. If they got your birthday right,
You know what does drive me crazy about hair, men's hair? I hate when someone has good hair and they just like do the buzz cut. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like, you have a great head of hair. Why do you just? Oh, I'm saving $10. Okay. That's how you're going to retire early? Like, you're saving $10 every month or two?
in my 20s, I would just put a 2-guard on and just buzz it all the time.
Yeah.
It was
It's
like
an awful look. That look doesn't look good on anyone.
it's great when you're unemployed.
Yeah, well, that's what you look like. You look
Yeah.
like you don't hold a job.
When I was in high school, I have like I think nice curly hair.
Yeah,
or
you do.
whatever.
Ugh, no, your hair's horrible.
Thank you. That's praise enough.
There's only 3 of us in this room.
I wanted to save my $10 and buzz my hair, and it was
But look, let's point out the elephant in the room. African American guys get away with it. They look dope with a slick head. Like most white dudes look kind of silly.
I'll give you that.
I mean, Jay's over here not even answering. Like, I'm not going near this slow.
my thing was I did it myself,
Yeah.
and
Did you take a razor to it too, or did you
Nah,
just
I
take the
just-
no guard
yeah,
look?
just the no guard look.
Yeah, that's
and,
how I would do it. It's money.
it was pretty bad.
Yeah,
Probably one of the
exactly,
worst
yeah.
haircuts I ever had in my entire
so
life.
you didn't do it multiple. You did it once and said, "Nah, I'm good."
yeah. Ever since then, somebody trained has definitely cut my hair.
Yeah.
I would do it, but when you have a head of hair like this, it's sacrilege.
You're known for your good money making decisions, so I'm surprised you're not cutting your own hair yet.
Dude, I'm trying so hard to save the money right now. I am. I pulled myself a little bit out of the debt. A little bit.
What'd you do?
Nothing. I've been. Like,
Oh, okay.
You know what? Know what I did? Know what I noticed?
What'd
is
you cut? What'd you cut out? You had to cut something out.
Here's the biggest cut I made. I got drunk, and I lost my credit card.
Ah, that'll do it.
And that was the credit card that was tied to my Amazon account. And I never put a credit card back. Like when I fixed everything, I never put a credit card back on my Amazon account.
Didn't police call you and say that it was being used, and you said let them keep it because they spend less money than me?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, they do seem rather frugal.
This guy spent $100 over the last 2 weeks. Holy shit! Let him have it.
Yeah, that guy's a saint.
That guy's saving me all kinds of money.
I'm fixing my credit. This guy's the best.
This guy's like,
I can afford him.
I had this credit card for 6 months and nobody's claimed it. What's going on? No one's canceled it.
I got this plan, right? I just spent $150 on this dude's credit card a month. He never knows. It's fantastic. It's working like a charm. No, so I didn't put that there. And now I still get that like at least 4 times a week. I get that like, oh, I'll just get that from Amazon. But forcing myself to carry my ass to a store to get that thing is more often than not a bridge too far. So now I have to think about it for like 3 days before it really builds up. And I'm like, all right, I've got some time. I can go to the store. I get it. And what I've realized is I buy...
Got blenders going.
Oh, yeah, we got blenders going over there.
Doc, I am loving
That's the-
everything that is going on behind me.
There is
Everything.
a frozen Malort
You gotta get a picture of the bar set up.
Yes, we will.
Yeah.
So I've noticed that just getting rid of Amazon is saving me buku bucks. And I've noticed that some of the things...
But did you buy anything you needed on Amazon?
I would buy a lot of things that I needed, but I would buy a lot of shit that I would use like once.
So you would be like, I'm buying this toilet paper, and oh, by the way, I'm buying this wickety wonkety thing that, you know, I never used.
Dude, the wickety wonkety things were all the time.
Yeah.
Like-
and you were just padding it with, we need dish soap. Like,
Yeah, so all right, so here's a good example of something that I feel like I do need, but I don't buy anymore. I used to buy liquid IVs by the gross.
Liquid IV.
Yes. You never had a liquid IV?
No.
So you
Not
pour
that
it,
white.
you pour it in water.
you say you're not that white?
Nah, you're just not that hydrated.
Yeah.
Clearly.
You pour this shit in water and it just makes you absorb.
Comes in a little Crystal Light looking pack. It's a powder. and it helps in theory. The science says you drink the 10 ounces of water, and it actually helps you hydrate more instead of the water passing through you. It helps you, and it's got electrolytes and stuff, all that. But they're like they're like
expensive.
If you buy them by the big packs, you end up paying like $1.50, $2 a serving, and they come in like packs of like 72 or 36 or something ridiculous.
Yeah, so I was spending a ton of money on liquid IVs, but the whole family loved liquid IVs, so they were like going through them. So I all of a sudden.
But why are they drinking them?
Well, my wife, for obvious reasons, she drinks like I do, and the kids are like, "This tastes great."
Yeah, except
and I
get
feel
some
hydrated.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
So that's like an expensive.
Very expensive.
Yeah,
so,
like
a cocktail.
So
that's the Starbucks of water. Like you're spending more. Like you just get a coffee.
So
or a
not
Starbucks.
only does my stupid shit
Good
get
gracious, get a.
Look at these motherfucking
This shit
drinks.
is ridiculous.
So here's what I've noticed though.
Is that an aloe plant in there?
Now that I've stopped buying the liquid IVs,
Pineapple food.
now all of a sudden
No,
the
the
wife's
green
just
thing.
adding them to the grocery list. So now the liquid IVs are still coming, but I'm not paying for them over here. So I was like, all right, hell yeah. But it's the
Never in a
stupid
million
shit.
years do you think you'd see that at the pallet house.
Is that a pineapple leaf in there?
Yeah.
What's the green thing?
It's a pineapple frond.
Yep.
So there is a frozen.
Love that.
There's a
Big words.
frozen fucking Malort drink in front of us.
Are these all three of them?
Go ahead
Yep,
and do
all
that
three.
one. Yeah, the frozen one makes two. You put ice in anything, it increases volume. We need to take that one first. It has no ice in it, no nothing. So, and Malort is awful when it gets warm. Yeah.
What is this? Describe this one. What's in this one?
Okay, so I'm looking at this. This is a pink color. It looks like pink grapefruit
It's
juice.
not pink.
It's not?
It's slightly
No.
pink. In different lights. It does change because as soon as you put it outside of the light, it turned like just a.
Okay, that tastes. Oh, and then there's Malort.
That's definitely a grapefruit.
Orangey grapefruit.
Okay, now hold on.
I like that.
That's fairly tasty.
That is
Kinda refreshing.
damn good.
But you see that on the back, right there in the back of your throat?
Yeah,
What's that? Corpse toe?
just a little bit. Mm-hmm. I'm here for that though. Very herbal, very medicinally. Yeah. A little tree rooty. Yeah,
Fuck, dude. If you told me that.
like the pity of the orange of the
So
grapefruit.
this is
kinda.
good? You guys like this?
Yeah, is that grapefruit?
No.
Is that
You don't like that.
That was my original, like
Smells
grapefruit
great on
Malort
the nose.
daiquiri.
Is that
Really?
is that grapefruit in there?
It is.
Because
Don't you hate grapefruit?
I don't hate
Oh,
grapefruit.
you guys hate.
We don't like grapefruit.
We
Who
hate
doesn't like grapefruit?
We're
I
not
really
fans
like
of
it.
grapefruit.
Oh,
Yeah.
grapefruit
big
is
fan.
awesome.
The Malort Nasty goes really well with grapefruit Nasty.
It does.
It's a compound of bitters. They both go well.
Yeah. Well, there's
Yeah.
also grapefruit bitters and vanilla bitters in that as
That's
well.
that's a tasty treat. I think.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that's bad at all.
Is
That
this-
vanilla bitter
Ooh.
like, warm,
I spoke too soon.
rounds it out.
where did you guys think that one would land?
Third
We're not going to
place.
tell you.
Okay.
We're going to let you be a judge.
I hope this is the crushable
That
because
one-
that's good.
That one still has the Malort finish, but I do have the grapefruit mixed in there with it.
Okay, so this is called the Concrete Jungle. So Concrete Jungle. So it's the black salt on the dehydrated lime symbolizes road, like asphalt.
Concrete Jungle is what it's named.
Yeah, that's what I called it.
You named this.
I did.
Nice.
Bob,
I'm
Marley
tempted to
named
go in for the black salt. Is it a little funky?
No, you should taste it.
Okay, I'll go back after Troy.
this. Okay. I don't know what the fuck's going on there, but I don't taste. Oh wait, it's salty.
That's the black salt.
There's black salt on that lime.
Yeah. Well, it's salty. The black salt is salty.
I love salt in a drink.
Same.
Yeah. That also
Especially
has some
if the
saline
valve-
solution.
I put a
in
little
it.
saline in it
Yeah.
today.
Has a little saline solution in it as well.
Is that like
Eye drops
is there cranberry in there?
Pomegranate.
Pomegranate.
smells delicious.
Okay, the Malort is really hit. Oh, and there she blows. Da Malort. Now this is a frozen Malort, so they call this the.
Pinot Malort.
Oh, there's two of them.
There is too. Yeah, it makes a lot.
Now taste.
What the fuck? Yo, that Pinot Malort tastes like a pina colada.
Dog, I'm trying to figure out which one you said is not going to be good because I'm digging every last one of these.
Is there coconut in that Pinot Malort?
There is.
Yeah, definitely coconut.
I'm not picking up on it.
Yep.
There's coconut.
It's cream coconut.
Yeah, cream of coconut.
Yep.
Because I'm not a coconut fan, but that doesn't. If it's in there, it's pretty light.
And this
Give it-
one
yeah.
Too, though.
You know what's
No coconut
crazy
in that
about
one.
these, man? They always have that aftertaste.
Yeah.
You can't get rid of the aftertaste. It's just not possible.
No,
But
you
the
can't.
aftertaste,
But I don't
No, it's
mind
not
the
necessarily
aftertaste.
bad all
No,
the
it's
time.
yeah,
not.
it's not bad at all.
Like they have found a way to make it less shitty.
Man, that
Go back to that one. I don't know why that one.
Tasty treat.
That's my favorite. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that yet.
You
I'd be a
can.
whore
You
for that
can.
one.
You sons of bitches.
Right?
No, I'm kind of impressed. Well, actually, I'm not I'm a lot
was
impressed.
gonna say,
This is not kind of.
kind of what?
I'm trying to figure out which bar y'all ready to work at now.
Hold on. Each one of these has an entire shot of Malort in it.
1 ounce.
Yep. 1 whole ounce.
Okay. So the very first one. Let me see that very
Can we?
first.
Can we?
Technically, the
open
frozen
door
ones
or turn
have,
turn the heat off. I am sweaty.
Yeah.
So it's
bro,
probably
no.
good because it's warmed
Turn the
up.
fans on.
Oh, yeah,
One more
yeah.
time.
It's warmed up a little bit now, so the first one might not be as
Yeah, the first
It's
one is
palatable anymore.
might be.
I
but-
think the key is keeping it chilled.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You have to.
We've talked about it. We've asked, we've said,
Yep.
how's the best way to do this? But once it warms up, gets a little air to it, it just, it goes.
Yep.
Now, but the frozen one, we felt with
Back to that one.
What is this first one?
That first one is a play on like a daiquiri, right? So it's a grapefruit Malort daiquiri is
So
what it is.
that
Non-iced.
first one is the worst. And I'm not. I'm saying
No,
that.
it is.
I'm saying that like
Yep.
comfortably. Like I'm not saying it's bad, but it's getting worse by the minute.
it does.
Yep, it does
The
because it warms up.
grapefruit. The grapefruit lends itself very well to the shitty flavors of Malort.
Yeah.
I will give it that. So
It's a bitter on
is
bitter
it
kind of
is
thing. They
it
start to cancel
complimentary?
It's like
They start to
100%.
cancel each other.
You know,
out.
Yeah.
that's exactly what I was going to say. It's, two negatives cancel each other out. Like,
Definitely.
So highly complimentary flavor on the Malort. The grapefruit is very nice there. But what it does do is at the very end, when the aftertaste occurs, it takes the part of grapefruit that no one likes. You know, the part that everyone puts sugar all over real quick to get rid of?
Right.
That part of the grapefruit comes through the sugar. And then the Malort kisses it and goes, yeah, let's fuck their throat. And then gets in there. And so while it starts nice, it ends with the...
It sure does.
I'm not going to tell you what that sounds like.
I know what it sounds like. It's what it's supposed to sound like. It starts as a pleasant
well-versed.
It starts,
Well-versed.
it starts as a very pleasant blowjob. And then all of a sudden, it's a throat fuck.
Yeah.
And no one wants the throat fuck, no matter how many times they show it to us in
I
porn.
don't know. I'm kind of still digging it.
I get it.
Jake
But,
keeps drinking it.
but this drink is called the throat fuck. Because it starts as a very nice blowjob and ends... That's what I'd say about that. I still give it a 3
Oh, a 3.
That's high praise.
Wow.
Jeez.
out of 5. Well, y'all go on 4, right? Don't
No,
you guys
we're-
use a 4?
we're
Or is
five.
it still
We're going
5 scale?
5.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but I think that's actually, if that was the drink you brought to us, I'd say you did it. You found the two things. I didn't appreciate when you jammed my head down on the cock. But I get that a blowjob is a beautiful thing. It's just not how I'd like to be blown.
I hate to talk about what I want to say because it involves my grandmother, and I don't want to go anywhere near.
Jesus.
I need
What kind
another
of
drink.
restaurant did she own?
Brendan had to make it weird,
Like, I grew up eating grapefruit as a little kid. I don't know if you know, like
Yeah.
back in the day, like,
Oh, yeah.
I've always been a chubby kid. And back in the day, my grandmother would go, "Ooh, eat these grapefruits." Like, we've
Yeah.
all heard that grapefruits will make you skinny one day, and it never happened. So I appreciate that
That's-
bitterness of a grapefruit because we put no sugar, nothing on grapefruit.
You ate it straight.
Straight, just like
Dang.
this cocktail. And I love that.
Okay.
You do like it.
I love that.
Is that your favorite?
Hold on, let's score it.
Let's score it. Go back.
Because I'm with Brendan. I like that drink, and I don't think it's bad. I haven't had it as it's warmed up.
Get it as
but
no, it's far worse.
I'll definitely give it a 3. I don't need any more.
I'll try one.
But I would give that a 3. It's a tasty beverage.
What exactly is in? Can we get the recipe for people?
Wait, that's a maraschino. Is that one of the bourbon soaked ones?
All right, but I need to get that recipe. So if people want to try the Malort throat fuck, the recipe here is 1.5 ounces of Bacardi Carta Blanca light rum. So that's going to be a white rum. Yeah. 1 ounce of Malort. So golly. Okay, so we now have 2.5 ounces of booze. 3/4 ounce of sugar syrup rich, which is their version where it's double the sugar than a typical simple syrup.
It's 2 to 1.
2 to 1. Yeah.
Was this 2/3 ounce of pink grapefruit juice?
Yep.
Freshly squeezed. And then 3 drops of vanilla bitters. Shake until she gags. That's a weird. It's a weird way to put that. Shake all ingredients together in a Boston shaker and serve in a coupe bar glass. Garnish with lemon, peel, and cherry. Okay, so that right there is the what they call it a grapefruit and Malort daiquiri.
If you were to serve that over ice, that would never go bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's true.
It would be great the entire
It'd be okay.
time.
Can you serve it over ice? Is that acceptable in the cocktail world?
And you can do really whatever the hell you want.
In the tiki world.
In the tiki world
for all day.
Yeah, but all these nerds,
survive.
just like food nerds and podcast nerds, you get in these subsets, and it's like, you put that in that glass? Oh,
yeah, you didn't hear me give them shit when I walked in the door. Oh, you didn't chill that coupe.
Yeah,
he did. It was awesome. All right, so
you're in their world.
what is this second drink here that?
Not the frozen.
Not this one right here. I don't know. It's a pink drink.
It is.
And
it is called the Concrete Jungle. It's mine.
Okay.
It is a play off of the Jungle Bird.
Okay, so what is in this drink?
It has 10 ingredients.
Good
10
gracious.
1 ounce of Malort.
Simple guys.
Okay, so still
ingredients.
1 ounce of Malort.
1 ounce of Malort has 3/4 of an ounce of Pineapple Rum.
Which pineapple is that?
It's not Malibu. We use Bacardi.
Okay.
Pineapple rum. Now, we did...
You get that right on the nose, too, that pineapple rum.
And we have used... yesterday, we also used plantation pineapple rum, and it didn't change the flavor that much.
Stingleton, something like that. That's my go-to pineapple. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
That's my favorite pineapple rum.
Yeah,
What's
and
that called,
we tried that
Taylor?
plantation.
But it's like Stinkleton or something recipe.
So we didn't change it. So I just used the Bacardi pineapple because it kind of comes out a little bit, and then 3/4 ounce of dark rum as well.
So this has 3/4 ounce of dark rum, 3/4 ounce of
pineapple rum.
So now we're at 1.5 shots of rum,
and then 1 ounce of Malort,
and then 1 ounce of Malort. So again, we've gone rum heavy to cancel some of the Malort.
But you know what saves this is that salt.
Okay.
Well, so what is going on with that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have a pineapple and lime simple syrup that I made, but it took like 4 days, about 3 days to make. I took the rind and the core of a pineapple, and the rind of 2 limes, and then infused it with Demerara and just let it sit and let the juices come out. And then I fine strained it, put it through a cheesecloth, and then heated it just a little bit to kind of cook down a little more. So it's really, really rich pineapple syrup.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll never make that again.
You want to taste it?
Oh,
I mean, the fact that this takes... The fact that he had to premeditate this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of work in that.
That's a lot, but... Yeah. This is and there's like a lime on top that has salt on it.
So
okay, but can I
yeah, I wish.
Yeah, get there because this is
so the pineapple. So the pineapple simple, and then 3/4 ounce of lime, and then I added 2 more sugars, and I added a 1/2 ounce of dark simple, which is 2 to 1 dark, and then I have my. Then the Grenadine is homemade as well. I don't do regular Grenadine, so it's pomegranate. Pomegranate, sugar, and a little bit of sherry to cook down, and then you make your own Grenadine. Oh, it's got a little orange water in it as well.
Sweet Jesus.
So simple.
And then 1 ounce of pineapple juice, and then that's a dehydrated lime, and then I added 3 drops of saline solution in there, just to kind of pull all the flavors
I saw
out.
that in Wedding Crashers.
Yeah,
that's
so
how he made the guy
take a shit. Yeah. But
We're gonna be good tonight.
what was interesting, I wanted to do a play on Chicago, and it's a concrete jungle. So how do I show that in the cocktail? So I said I had some black salt, volcanic salt,
to be the asphalt.
and I made asphalt on the line. And then when I tasted it the first time, I was like, "Oh, you could just sprinkle that around a little bit, and it really helps."
Okay, so all the rums plus the sugars on top of sugars would have taken this drink would have made this drink sweet, and that's it.
but it's not.
But the saline and the salt cut all of the
it out.
sweetness and balance that cocktail so well.
Yeah, it's got an ounce of pineapple juice in it too. So
Right.
and so it just
So the little citrus, that's awesome.
I had to balance it out, and I think the salt really kind of helps it. But we when we tasted it and when we talked about this cocktail, there's no way to get rid of Malort anywhere. So can we enhance the other flavors around it?
Right.
And that's what the salt did.
Before we go giving our scores on the second drink, I wanted you two scores on the first one. Because y'all do a whole scoring system on squeezing lemons.
It's a 2.5. That grape, that's a 2.5.
2.5, but cold or room temp?
Cold.
Well,
Yeah.
cold, and we rate a cocktail that where you can start it and finish it, and from start to finish. So it might be a 3 to start, but a 2 to finish. So it's a 2.5.
The grades, yeah.
And y'all, what else do we judge on here?
So
Over
presentation,
lemons?
Presentation, drinkability.
It's a
ease of
pretty
mixing.
drink. It's a good looking drink.
Yeah, it's a good looking drink. So then we have ease of mixing. How easy is it to make? Then ease of ingredient. Can you get those ingredients?
Price.
Like the concrete jungle, the ease of mixing was like a
1.
2, or a 1.5 because
Yeah.
of, and the ease of ingredients, it fucking sucks, right? Like it's
That's what I'm
hard,
saying.
right?
Yeah.
But the flavor, I'm telling you, the way the pineapple plays with the salt, and
All the sweetness.
what
of
is
the
it that makes it
rum.
pink? I missed.
Grenadine.
Grenadine.
So the-
Yep.
Homemade
That-
grenadine. Not just any grenadine.
Yeah, of course.
Homemade grenadine.
No.
Pomegranate grenadine.
Yeah.
Well, grenadine is
Grenadine is
pomegranate.
pomegranate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, and with the sherry,
Right.
the sherry I bought just to put a 1/4 ounce into, about 12 ounces of it, cost me $30.
Yeah.
But this basically
ridiculous.
what you did is you put Malort in here, and then you hit it 700 ways,
I did.
Yeah.
and it works. But I'm wondering if we're getting away from the Malort drink. If I'm just
No,
nitpicking,
that was Taylor and I. That was
that's
our
what y'all
debate.
said. That's
was
exactly
our
what-
debate.
covered it so much that it's almost not a Malort drink because it's really taken on a life of its own. I'm not saying I don't like it. I actually fucking love it.
Yeah.
But
They took the Malort corpse and they dug a 6-foot hole, and normally they would just throw it in there and bury it. They covered it in concrete, then they buried it, then they built a house on top of it.
yeah, Malort's
Yeah.
the dead body, and then the
Yeah.
apple tree grows. Then you eat the apple and go, I barely taste dead body.
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
I'm glad that Brendan's on my side of the table right now.
Yeah,
because
Taylor.
this
I mean,
was our
Taylor wants it
argument.
to fucking suck.
Yeah.
So
the thing
Because
is,
I don't think it sucks. I love the
I
drink.
think I
just
think it's a good
lost its
drink.
soul.
but it's like
it's not original to the liquor that we're trying to use. So if
Yeah.
you're going to say it's a Malort drink, you got to have
Malort.
some Malort.
Yeah.
But I do believe that the original cocktails were made when you think about an old fashioned
Oh, yeah,
or a Manhattan,
Prohibition.
Yes.
right? It was all shitty
all to
liquor.
hide.
It
That's-
was, and so you
Yeah.
had to hide it. So you made cocktails to hide the terrible liquor.
And
So
That's
by
how cocktails
definition,
started.
that's what a cocktail is.
not
And I'll give you
even
that.
not even I mean that's today still what we do, right? Like people
Sure.
order the Bahama Mamas and the blue motorcycles, and even the rum and coke is because a lot of people don't want to drink rum
Yeah.
straight up.
Right.
So it's like you're kind of it's kind of the point.
But I think
I
sorry.
just think that I'm Team Taylor because that's my favorite of the three, but that's a holy
I'm
hell.
so
That's
glad
a
you said that.
That's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, and
Yeah,
this
it
is I never unless Jepson wants us to come on and make it, I'll fucking do it again.
Yeah,
We'll
of
do it
course.
again.
Yeah.
But I'm never making that again.
But you see these types of drinks at fine dining establishments all the time.
Yeah, because I'm here for all the way. And the only reason why I say, like, because I feel like so much of the industry is getting away from the overly sugared, overly sweet, and getting into this more booze forward, spirit forward. What are the actual botanicals? What are, like, with gins now? Like,
Taylor and I love a gin drink.
Some people
love a gin drink,
But you can't. But most of the time, you really can't taste the gin anymore in a gin drink. You have a gimlet, and you taste. You don't taste.
You don't taste.
Yeah,
the gin.
but certain people are going to show up to a fine dining establishment, and if there's a picture of that drink, and it says, "Try our Malort cocktail with." 12 ingredients, they're going to be like, well, that's intriguing. Like, I want to try that.
You bring that cocktail out at a bar.
Oh, yeah. You're turning
Everybody
heads.
wants that cocktail.
Yeah.
And
And the bartender hates his
we
night.
can charge $19. I can charge $22 for that
you
cocktail
can
all day long.
Yeah. It's labor.
And my thought process when I made this cocktail was that find an original cocktail somewhere that has a dry finish, like a Campari or an Aperol, and then play off of that, see what you can mix. So a Jungle Bird, this was original. I started with a Jungle Bird, Campari. So we made that drink last night with Campari, and they taste identical.
Right.
It's fantastic. I love that drink. I'm shocked I'm even saying that. I love that drink. In the real world, that's
What's
a
your
drink
score?
that people would drink. In this competition,
Yeah.
it's a very difficult score because I feel like we've lost our way a little bit. I barely taste the Malort because of all the salt and all the stuff. Yeah. It's fantastic. But in this competition, I will give it a 4. Mm-hmm. And in the real world, I might give it a 4. It's that good.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you. That's what I was thinking.
Good.
I think Malort drinkers are going to be really surprised if they have this cocktail.
Yep,
You'd be shocked that
if you gave
it can turn
anyone
into
this cocktail and they drank it,
now,
and then 10 minutes later,
I don't know, James. What do you think?
I don't know, guys. Okay, so come from a place where you don't hate Malort, and Malort has so many different flavor profiles that are by itself in its raw state just a little muddled and so complex that your brain can't figure it out.
Yeah.
What if we were to add something to that flavor to enhance or focus on a certain aspect that is already there? Are we not celebrating what Malort is then?
I'm not arguing with your opinion. I think go with it if that's where your head is.
That drink is so good. If you gave that to someone and then 15 minutes later gave them a shot of Malort, they wouldn't think any of that
Malort's
was
gross.
in there.
Yeah.
Or they would go, oh, now I really pick up on the citrus notes of the Malort. Oh, now I really pick up this root eve herbal part. But of Malort goes really well with
you don't have.
I've lost the anger. I've lost the hate. The kick that is what makes Malort so special is it's fucking awful.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
pretty good.
Well, and that's a fact. But in essence, even making a Malort drink is taking that away from it, right? I mean, because the point of Malort is, at least for us, we all it's the masochist in all of us. It's what guys do. Like, hey, this is awful. Try it, buddy.
Yeah.
I honestly feel like we need a shot of Malort now.
Malort is the cupped fart of drinks. That's what it is.
I love that. Nah, I'm good.
It's the crop dusting of drinks.
Yeah. But
now, when you drink the frozen, the pina colada that Taylor did, I agree. Like, it has all.
Jay, did you have a score for this one, the Concrete Jungle?
I'm definitely 4.5.
Okay. What about squeezing lemons, guys? Where do y'all rank this?
Yeah, we ranked it yesterday. We don't like dry cocktails, so it was a
Tasted wet to me.
3.5.
Okay.
So
they're harsher on themselves than
that's
we
fine.
are.
They should be. They should be.
Okay,
They're
sorry.
the pros.
I'm sorry. You don't like dry cocktails.
We don't.
You got to explain this a little bit more to me.
So we're not a fan of grapefruit or Aperol or Campari.
But I will say
we'd like a French
I am slowly converting.
He is.
slowly.
We'll talk off air. And
what is going on with this frozen Malort colada, whatever the fuck this is?
The Pineapple colada.
now I don't want to drink it anymore.
Drink it out of your straw
Stir it up.
slowly.
Look,
Drink it out of your
drank the
straw
whole damn thing.
slowly and make eye contact with Brendan
Yeah. Tell me how good my hair looks.
Right,
You son of a bitch.
while you drink the Pinot Malort.
I
Yeah.
don't think there's enough Malort in here for that.
Oh, we've got plenty.
My thought about this cocktail was, how do you make Malort like a Caribbean style drink, right? How do you make it something where you're on, vacation holiday and you're going to order a Malort cocktail beside the pool?
Like Mike Ditka goes to, the Bahamas.
Right. Exactly.
Or Lake Michigan.
Brendan's in.
Yeah. So, it's a play on a pina colada. It has 1.5 ounces of white rum, a whole ounce of Malort, 1 ounce of lime, and then you have coconut cream and guava puree that's in it, right? So that helps with the pina colada type of feel. You're going to have 1.5 ounces of pineapple juice, a little bit of simple, just a half ounce, and then because you have all the fruit, then blended.
Aren't frozen
That's it.
drinks you know how like those fancy milkshakes are the thing now where like whole pieces of cake on top of it? I feel like frozen drinks are that. Like they just look amazing. Like
do.
There's so much color and pop and you put the fruit in it and it just looks cool.
Yeah, when we rated this drink too, we rated it very high on how its presentation was.
Yeah.
Because, you look at it and you're
Its
just like,
presentation, sexy as hell.
Yeah, we
That's
rated
great.
it as a 4.5 on the presentation.
So one thing I noticed, every one of these you paired with rum. So I assume you worked through various liquors. And
Oh,
you
yeah.
found that
Yeah.
rum is the only one. I'm guessing.
Yeah, Jen, we felt like Jen gave it was too tangy, like it just was tough. And then
Yeah, I
we
can
tried
see
That's too
herbal
much
on herbal.
botanical.
Too
That's
botanical.
botanical
Yeah, too many
on botanical hate
Right.
crime right there.
Exactly.
Like
But Taylor and I
Botanical
love
on botanical
chartreuse.
crime.
If you guys have never had any cocktails with chartreuse, green or yellow chartreuse,
You
we're
made-
chartreuse.
you made
we
them
love
for us,
the
yeah.
chartreuse. But we didn't want to do any kind of herbal or any kind of flowery anything like that. We tried Aviation. Ryan Reynolds makes a fucking great ass gin.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I've heard you guys
sold.
talk
Yeah,
about this.
but
How
yeah.
you guys really love the Aviation.
We do.
I'm still a botanist guy, but
Well,
your
two totally
argument
different-
is your argument though being that Aviation is a better price point.
better price point, and you can do a lot more things with it.
Well, it's an American gin.
But
It is,
so
yeah.
the
USA,
botanist,
USA,
it's a different type of gin that you would use in a different type of drink.
Yeah,
So-
come on, Brendan.
What
give
about
it the program.
Virago's modern gins?
We haven't done too many of the Virago stuff.
Okay.
What about Tanqueray?
But I think they're really pricey.
Ooh, Troy.
Virago's,
Not a big
all
fan.
of Virago's.
That goes
are a
with
little
juice, I
pricey.
heard.
Yeah,
Their modern gins are a little surprising for me.
yeah.
Yeah.
We might have to. We'll have to try them
Yeah,
out.
we'll have to.
I know.
I love gin.
So
Yeah.
Okay, well, when y'all want to go, let me know because I know the guys and
Done.
they're awesome. But but this is gonna get away from y'all because y'all don't like dry finishes.
But-
and that's
Well, we're learning to
Yum, yum.
to do that. We're trying to expand our palates
Yeah.
a little bit, and we were bourbon guys. That's how this all
yeah,
started,
yeah.
And we did do a couple
makes
Malort
sense.
drinks in bourbon.
Once you get in that
doesn't
bourbon
work.
mindset, it's hard to
Sure.
get outside
it
of
is because
it.
it's so sweet and caramelly and
Smoky.
It's almost
and-
addictive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we when we do our podcast, we actually have our cocktails that we've made and we've rated. Then we take our
podcast
sipper.
would that be?
Squeezing lemons.
There we go.
But then
never
we do
even
our,
heard of it.
We do our sippers, and then we generally bring out 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 bottles of bourbon, and we drink them neat throughout the show.
Yeah.
So what's this?
I wanna come be- I wanna go on
colada.
Come on
Penile.
over.
All right. So the penile colada.
Rolls right off the tongue.
I get it. What I like about this is you didn't bury the Malort.
He did not.
No, I didn't.
The Malort is there. I know it's there, but you touched on it with the very first drink, the throat fucker. the throat fucker warms up, and that allows the Malort to really suck.
Right.
This stays very cold because it is a frozen drink, which allows the Malort to actually stay at its base level but still exist.
Yep.
Right.
It's not completely buried in the guava and the pineapple and the coconut. So it still comes through. I know it's there, but I don't hate what it's doing back there.
It's funny you say you're describing this as the like middle porridge of the Three Bears. Like, this one's too hot, this one's just right. Like,
but isn't that what drinks are?
And I score this one right in between the other two. Like, I think this is the second best drink of the night, and I have it at 3.5.
So I have this as my top dog.
Top dog
at 4.5 because this allows me to taste the Malort. I have it in the back of my throat. I know it's there, but it tastes so good going down. Like, I drank the whole thing, and even at the bottom when the liquor was separating a little, it still tasted great. Yeah. This is my favorite, and I always thought pineapple was the jam when it came to Malort, because it's the one tasting note that I was like, there's a dozen negatives, and then is that pineapple? Right. And so that was kind of how I never thought about adding the coconut though, and the sweetness to like make it more tropical.
That's only my knock is I'm not.
But you're not a coconut.
I'm not a coconut guy, which it's not overpowering. So it's not like I couldn't drink it. I could still drink it. And as beautiful as I find the frozen drinks, I tend not to drink a lot of them. Like, I'd like a drink in a glass with ice or neat more than a frozen drink.
And Malort in itself, though, is a drink you shouldn't have too many of.
Yeah.
So it kind of lends it. So I think that's my jam. So I would say that it's the Throat Fucker last, followed by the Concrete Jungle, and then the Pina Colada is my top.
Pina Colada. Yeah. Love it.
Dog, this one is wrecking my taste buds. Wrecking every taste bud in my mouth. Is
too much Malort.
So sweet. It's so over the top.
So it's too sweet for you?
It's not your jam.
Way too sweet. It's not my jam at all. It's so fruit forward that I'm losing it.
Okay, so you think it's gone too far fruity. You thought
I think it's gone too far sweet.
Interesting. Okay.
So it's coated my tongue completely.
So what do you give it?
It does coat your tongue.
I can't taste anything else.
I have like a film in my mouth.
Yeah, a whole film over my entire tongue.
Yeah.
It's from the sugars from it.
Yeah, as you would say, I'm for that. I'm here for that.
Brittany, you're young and hip.
I'm super hip.
Yeah.
I'm super hip.
Oh my God. If you think I'm saying things that are hip, yeah, no.
So what's your ranking on that? What score do you give that one? Where do you put it next to the other two?
I'm like, honestly, this one is last for me just because
the frozen one is last.
Yep.
Wow, look at this. So none of us agree on what the top dog is.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wild. Yeah. We can't.
Oh no, Jay and I agree that the Concrete Jungle is the top one, right?
Yep.
Oh, that's what you said too.
Concrete is top.
Okay. So we got 2 Concrete Jungles, 1 Pina Colada, and we have no top dog votes for the Throat Fucker.
Yeah.
Where did you guys end up with these?
Concrete Jungle.
Concrete Jungle. Yeah.
So everybody's Concrete Jungle
except for you.
Except for me.
But you got it batting in the 2 hole. So
well, I think when he said penal, I was like sold.
Yeah.
I
do believe that you and Taylor have
penal.
the same kind of like the thought process that when we made this Malort cocktail, if we were making a bourbon cocktail, you want to really taste the bourbon. You want to feel it. You're making a rum cocktail, So yes, I used Malort. I did what I was supposed to, but I just needed to hide it to make it a drinkable cocktail.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And you did. I mean, that is, like I said, I went, what, 4.5? So, I mean, it's not like I was splitting hairs, but I do like that Pina Colada.
It's not bad. By all means, if you like sweet drinks, they're all great. They're all great. But
I will say, you guys took the challenge.
Yeah.
We threw the gauntlet down, and you picked it up, you ran with it, and you actually nailed it.
You fucking
like every
nailed
one
it.
of those, if you had handed it to me, I'd be like, that is a perfectly acceptable drink because none of them were under 2.5. Not a 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm shocked at that.
Taylor,
I want a 1 now.
You want I got a 1.
No, I think I'm okay.
No, I have a hop soaked Malort.
That's worse than regular Malort.
Yeah.
So
Taylor and I were pretty proud that
put it in
we made our own cocktail. I mean, these are the first time making our own cocktails.
Y'all should be proud because, like Brendan said, like all three of those, if you brought each one of those on their own, we'd be like, you succeeded.
If you took the first, if you put the throat fucker and put a little of that like soft like Chick-fil-A ice in it,
Yeah.
just let it sit there, then that would
I said, yeah, exactly.
But you know what I mean? That would taste good.
Keep that first one cold.
Yeah,
that's a
it's
whole
fine.
game changer.
As soon as it goes warm, it goes, ha, it's Malort, bitch. And you're like, golly. I knew you were in there.
That's what you said you wanted,
I want a little.
Okay.
I want a little.
Yeah, that's forward.
Like, you know
that's
what I
Malort
mean?
forward.
That's the
when warm, Malort forward.
that's Scooby and his buddies ripping the mask off at the end. Like, I would have gotten away with it though. You pesky kids.
It was
Gotcha,
you.
bitch.
Yeah.
It was you, Jepson, all along.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
Right.
Yeah. No, that thing, like, I want to be choked a little. I don't want to be, like, choked out.
I feel like every last one of these, though, could live in the bartender's black book behind the counter, though.
For sure.
Every one of these should be in Chicago. Like,
Yep.
Right. I need all the
those-
Chicago people to pick this up because this is how you should be making Malort cocktails.
You guys did it 3 times.
We also
Yeah.
did it wrong multiple
times. Oh man, we did.
That's lying.
The
That's-
first,
I'm
the
sure.
first
That's
couple of
called
times I made
process.
that Jungle Bird, I was like, oh my god, what am I doing?
Well, first time we even tried Malort with like bourbon. I'm still trying to figure out something
you
Malort
want-
bourbon, but we made like a variation on a lion's tail and put Malort in it. I'll make it probably after a podcast. but-
Jepson's makes a
Oh
bourbon.
my god!
They do
Rough.
they make a bourbon.
Well, that
Maybe
might
that's
be
the
an
answer. I have it in there.
Oh,
The
shit.
the Malort. We do have a sexy name for the Malort lion's tail.
Okay.
Yeah. What is it? The tail of 2 Malorts?
Tell it to Malorts.
Was the best of times, was the worst of
Yeah.
times.
Yeah. It was the
Fitting.
worst of times.
Very
That was the
fitting.
first time that Ray had ever said. It was the first time that Ray had ever said, like, the middle of this cocktail fucking blows.
Yeah, it does. The
front's good,
The
the
front's
back's
great,
bad.
and you're
Yeah.
like, ah, and then it's like, oh, it's not bad.
Oh, see, I like that.
Yeah,
I like that a lot.
It was like she just choked back down on it.
Thing. That's what I wish. I wish Malort was just bad in the middle. Malort's whole thing is that it's the tail.
All right.
All the way
All
down.
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
When it goes in, you're like, it's perfectly tolerable.
Eh?
Right.
And then you're like, what just happened? No. Lord's like getting crabs. It's fun while you're doing it. It's the after.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Trust a man.
Oh, you're my go-to guy. You're my crabs guy.
Everyone's got to have a crab guy.
That's right.
Everyone's got to have a crab
You're
guy.
mine. Congrats.
I'm not even mad at it.
Yeah. I can tell you're proud.
Oh, it's like this hair.
Yeah,
Proud of it.
as you should be.
Either way,
That's right.
it's dope.
Yep. For sure.
So, know what I learned tonight?
What?
It takes 20 ingredients to make Malort good.
Mask Malort. And a bunch of ice.
In the week.
And I learned
A week
that,
of work.
that no matter how you do it, you end up no better than Nick Cannon on Mother's Day.
Wait, that's
what?
like how many baby mamas?
So he's got 6 baby mamas,
Oh my gosh!
12 babies,
12.
and this past Mother's Day, he likes to write handwritten cards because he says anybody can
He's
buy
a hopeless
card.
romantic.
He's a hopeless romantic.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Right.
I mean, that dude can't hear, a love song without
Yeah.
fucking. Like, that dude loves romance. But he has 6 baby mamas, 12 kids, and this past Mother's Day, he decided to make handwritten notes to all of them. And he says he does this
Are you
every
sure
year.
he has 6 baby mom? I feel like he has more. I feel like there's like 8 or 9.
You can fact check
Okay.
me because I don't know, but I say things into a microphone. Troy, we've established this.
That's right.
I'm the expert on the Nick Cannon topic.
Baby mama drama.
May or may not be correct, but we know he has 12 kids, and he likes to give handwritten notes because he takes the time, and I respect that. But this year he fucked up, and he fucked up and wrote handwritten notes and then gave them to the wrong baby mamas. And so,
That's how rookie moves, bitch.
like, could you imagine that? Like, you already have one of Nick Cannon's kids, and it's known that there's all these other women, and then in the end, you get the card that's to Martha and you're Bertha, And it's like, and it says like, you know, I love you the best in a handwritten note. And he fucked it up. And now he's dealing with the controversy because one of them leaked like the note. It was like, this son of a bitch. And apparently,
was it Mariah?
Nah, it wasn't Mariah. But apparently the one he's got one that has like 3 of his kids. So he's like, I love her the most. And it was that card that got sent to one of the other ones.
Let me apologize because you were correct. He does have 12 kids with 6 women.
Microphone expert.
Of course, you know them as Monroe, Moroccan, Golden, Powerful, Zion, Zillin, Zen, Legendary, Onyx, Rise, Beautiful Zeppelin, and last but not least, Halo Marie.
Holy fuck.
Beautiful Zeppelin.
Beautiful Zeppelin.
And Zen, named after a tobacco replacement
Z-E-N.
product?
Right. Zen.
Not Z-Y-N.
That's Zen. That's Zen. That's different than Zen.
I feel like we just listened to a playlist from David Bowie.
I know. Exactly.
I'm into this set all day.
Oh, yeah.
Zen passed away.
Yes,
What?
Zen did pass away. That's
passed away
right. That's
for the-
right.
Too much nicotine.
Too soon.
Too soon, Taylor.
happened just like last year or something.
August the 21. August the 21.
But it was
He was
awkward.
tasting too much Malort back there. It's okay. We'll give you a pass, Taylor.
All right.
That's sad. That's sad.
Yeah.
I have so many jokes. I'm just going to let it go.
Didn't stop this knucklehead down here.
No, but that's what I respect that. Dude.
I mean, does it surprise you we got it mixed up? I mean, honestly, how do you keep up with 12 kids from 6 different women?
Dude, I couldn't deal with 2.
Rolodex.
Like, I'd fuck it up if I had 2 women.
Yeah.
But I'm not surprised. But apparently, the woman who got the card, it was the card written to the one who has 3, which clearly is the one he loves the most.
Yeah, because some have more than others. It's not 6 and 12 the easy way. It's not 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2.
No, it's the hard one.
Yeah, you got a
It's the
3
hard
and a
one.
1 in there. Like,
But yeah, apparently there was some mushy shit about you're the one.
You're the one.
Clearly, you got 3 of them. And no, went to the wrong house. Handwritten, though.
I'm all the way out.
I respect that. I respect that he hand wrote it.
Fuck all that.
You wouldn't handwrite a card if you had 6 different women with your kids. You wouldn't take the time to handwrite a card on Mother's Day.
No.
if you were ever looking for a reason to not handwrite a card, that's the one.
Exactly. That's called make them all the same.
Exactly. Yeah,
And that's the exactly reason why.
Yeah,
Make them all the same.
That's exactly right.
You are dumb, sir.
You just got the hang in there cat.
You got
There's
the,
a
like-
heart and says Nick.
The card says you are an excellent mother to our kid with the S behind it in the parentheses. Kids.
I would just say I love you best.
Yeah.
That's it. Love you best, Nick.
XOXO.
Yeah.
Yeah, call it a day. He fucked it up. He took the time to do it right.
It's got to be awkward, to be, a father, a divorced father and remarried, and you're trying to do the right thing by the parents of your children, right? So like, hey honey, do you mind if I get my ex a Mother's Day card from the kids? Yeah, that's probably a nice thing to do. Do you mind if I get all 5 of them? Like that's even like harder
Wait,
and more
is he
awkward.
remarried?
He's with. Well, I don't know if he ever got married, but he's with another woman right now. I think that he has 3 with. So, like
That should be the easy one. Because that's the
should
one
be.
at home, right?
I know,
right.
but I'm saying, like, how does she feel knowing he's got to go out and buy these cards for all these other women? It's not one.
She knows what she signed up for. It's okay.
Yeah,
No, he's an honorable
Oh, yeah.
man. He's an honorable man.
Well, that's a little far, bud.
There's some Benjamins behind
Exactly.
that honor.
I feel like you got to write 5 love letters to other women. Like,
I don't know if it's necessarily love letters.
but what do you say? No, but what do you say in a Mother's Day card? You're
paternity
gonna
checks.
say,
mean-
"Thanks for being a great mother." If you're gonna do the whole card, if you're
Correct.
gonna do this,
Right.
you're gonna have to say
It's-
positive, reinforcing things to your crazy exes. What current boyfriend or girlfriend or wife or husband would want to see and know about those things? Like, I mean, he's writing handwritten cards. If he bought a $1.99 one and had the
that would be
kid
different.
scribble in it,
you're right.
You're fine. But if you're gonna like
handwrite
a like card, being like, no, I told all the other ones they were the best, but really you're the best. Like, come on.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just weird and awkward. But he ain't fazed by it.
Unfazed.
no, because but I mean, look, he's in a different stratosphere. Like $100 million a year.
He doesn't make that. He ain't worth any of that.
That's the number he threw out when he was arguing again. He was like, you're making $100 million a year. It's not like I'm
doing
a deadbeat
what?
dad. I get
Hosting the Masked Singer? I don't think so.
Right.
Well, it costs a lot of money to take that mask off. Makes a lot of money. I don't know. That's what he says. He says he makes $100 million a year. I have no idea. You can't.
He probably has a bunch of other like side projects he's producing. He's
My
probably,
argument is
I could tell you one of his side projects.
yeah.
Fuck him.
Not pulling out.
But my argument with the whole thing is it's never been about the money. Like, yeah, there's a lot of rich guys out there that could afford to knock all kinds of women up and give them alimony and child support. My thing is the poor damn kids need a father figure. You can't spread yourself between 6 different women, 12 different kids. There's not enough dude to go around, especially if he's working and making $100 million a year.
Oh, money's a good dad.
Yeah, sure. You don't believe that for a second.
I don't, but someone's got to play the other side of this coin. I mean, what am I supposed to say? Just agree with you? It makes for shitty pod.
Well, okay.
But I'm with you, Troy. money makes a great father.
That's.
If I've learned anything,
Look, if you got to pick between
problems go away.
if you got to pick between no dad and no dad that's a millionaire, yes, obviously take the no dad that's a millionaire.
Okay, that's a good
Sign me up for number one.
Yeah. You're going to take a Malort drink with 20 mixers?
Yeah,
Sure.
sure.
Better than just Malort.
All day long.
All day.
That's what we've learned. I'm impressed. Concrete Jungle was a W.
They all were.
They all were.
Yeah, but that's the one that won.
Yeah.
I mean, just because one person chose the other, that's how democracy
we need some
works.
female perspectives on these.
I'd like to go wake my wife up and just like, drink this.
Still.
I don't think
No.
that'll go over well.
That first one I am still digging that first one.
Really?
It's gone into the bourbon soaked Grenadine, like bourbon soaked maraschino cherry.
Yeah.
And now that's giving it a little extra sweetness that the other ones are kind of picking up on. I still bang with that, even though it's been sitting around for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, it's impressive.
Yeah.
I think you guys did a hell of a job. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Like I said, we threw down the gauntlet. You picked it up. You ran with it. And you actually did it.
Look, all 3 of our guests tonight, we asked them to do a job, and they all knocked it out of the park. Squeezing Lemons came in here and made 3 excellent cocktails, and Jay came in here and gave us his excellent palate.
The honest critique.
Yeah, critique.
Which is all we can ask. Now, the only thing I'm going to ask, I'm going to shut down this podcast. I'd like another drink.
That's easy. We can do that all day long.
Let's go.
That's fantastic.
That's easy.
So Taylor and Ray, thank you guys so much for coming out, man. We do appreciate it. If
Plug
you guys,
yourselves again.
If you guys haven't, I'll let you guys do the plug.
Check us out on Spotify and Apple, Squeezing Lemons podcast, and then check us out on Instagram, squeezinglemons_cocktails.
That's the spot. And Jay, where can we find your critical reviews?
Critical reviews on Style Weekly. Just hit Style Weekly online, and you can see all the reviews. And you can still see me on Just Something I Ate.
On social, right?
Yep, on Instagram. IG.
Any other cool new socials that kids are on these days?
No, I should stay off of TikTok. TikTok has turned me into a crazy conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
I love every one of them.
You'll be on Pat's podcast soon enough.
Yeah.
Inside joke, but I get it.
Yeah.
Well, no, thank you all so much for coming out. We certainly do appreciate it. And if any of our listeners out there want to check us out on the socials, just go to Facebook because we're old.
Yes.
But we do have Inside the Pallet House. What is it? ITPH Podcast on Twitter and Instagram.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you have too much discretionary money, you can always send it to us at
Inside the Pallet House on Venmo.
That is the spot. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will be talking to you next week. Thank you all so much for coming out, man.
Thank
we
you.
really do appreciate it.
Very much so.
They did it.
They did it.
Made Malort drinks that don't suck.
You laid down the impossible challenge, and they laughed it in your face.
Sometimes what's seemingly impossible, clearly possible.
Yeah.
You guys all have a great week. We'll talk to you soon. Cheers.
Cheers. That was a pretty good podcast, don't you think?